To be clear, the First Nagorno-Karabakh War was an unspeakable tragedy that engulfed the region as the Soviet Union collapsed. After almost a century of divide and rule by the Soviet Union, the peoples of the region sought to exercise their self-determination. The conflict displaced and destroyed the lives of countless innocent Armenians and Azerbaijanis alike. But that is why Armenia, Azerbaijan, and authorities in Nagorno-Karabakh committed in what is known the Bishkek Protocol of 5 May 1994, followed by 12 May 1994 trilateral ceasefire agreement, and which were further confirmed by the Minsk Group to ensure both ceasefire and reciprocal return of refugees. The authorities in Nagorno-Karabakh vigorously observed the ceasefire agreement and would have welcomed the return of refugees. In contrast, Azerbaijan doubled down on its discrimination against ethnic Armenians, refused to permit UN access to the region, and repeatedly violated the ceasefire agreement, including by, in its own president's words, quote, starting the Second Nagorno-Karabakh War. But let me be equally clear. Armenia also vigorously denies that it has ever endorsed racist ideologies, illegally occupied Azerbaijan's territory, or controlled the authorities in Nagorno-Karabakh, notwithstanding Azerbaijan's agents' attempts to, last week to suggest otherwise. It will also not surprise the members of the court that Armenia has its own perspective on the origins of the conflict in First Nagorno-Karabakh War. Armenia set out the basic facts of the conflict on pages 42 to 63 of its memorial in the Armenia versus Azerbaijan case. However, Armenia took care to present those facts as what they are, part of the historical context, and not the facts specific to Armenia's application. Nevertheless, there can be no question that Armenia has innumerable grievances against Azerbaijan concerning the period both prior and during the First Nagorno-Karabakh War. It is, of course, well known that during the Soviet era, ethnic Armenians in the Azerbaijan Soviet Socialist Republic endured discrimination in many forms, including restricted social services and economic resources, and suppression of their cultural and linguistic rights. Armenian historical monuments also were allowed to decay or outright destroyed, either through neglect or deliberate vandalism. As a result of these policies, by 1987, dozens of Armenian towns and villages in Nagorno-Karabakh had simply disappeared. The population of ethnic Armenians in the province of Nakhichevan fell from 50,000 in 1917 to only 3,400 in 1979. Likewise, the ethnic Armenian population of Nagorno-Karabakh had fallen from 94.4% of the overall population in 1921 to 75.9% by 1979.